Hello friends, my name is Shivam from DevOps Schools and I will help you to enable your learning process in various technologies of DevOps, artificial intelligence, machine learning, big data and many more. This is our initiative to help you by sharing multiple tutorials and videos. And if you want any specific tutorials or any particular topic, then please do comment in the below comment section and I will help you with it. Also, please subscribe to our premium services on YouTube, which will give you access to more content and videos to enhance your knowledge about all these topics. Also, if you want me to help you with regards to the online trainings and classroom sessions by our qualified trainers, then please do write me at contact@devopsschool.com. Thank you.
You can consider this as a one file, two file, three file, four file, five file, or you can consider this as a one jar, one jar, one jar, one jar, one jar, whatever is up to you. Now, as of now, consider this is a file. All these five files together is developing one software. Now you have to do the testing. So this is the development team has done the work. Now testing team, they will write a test cases. So they write a one test cases, two test cases. So they write one test cases for this one. They write this test cases for this one. And then they write another test cases for this one. Three test cases. Unknowingly or knowingly, this testing scenarios for this class file or method, some method of it, it got missed. It got missed completely. It got missed. Now testing team is claiming he has completed the testing. All these test cases is passing. Let's do the release. Okay. So far so good. Did you understand the scenarios?
Yes.
Now guys, manager, QA manager or release manager or some architect, senior architect, how they can trust a testing process. You say, think in this way. You say, I have completed the testing and based on your commitment, I should do the release of the product. If let's say by mistake also if you have missed the testing process, then you know that what will happen to your organization. Can be financial loopholes which hackers may find it out. Think about it, scenarios, and he will misuse that stuff to break your system. Think about your business and stuff like that. So how can we validate whatever the testing team is saying is correct? Testing team is stating, I have completed the testing of all the functionality. How do we validate? How do we validate? What? So here, this guy wants to know, okay, fine. You have 10,000s of test cases of JUnit or Selenium or whatever it is. I cannot validate each and everything, pass or fail, or whatever it is. I cannot validate that way. But what I can do is, I can do is, I can scan, I can set up a scan, and this whole code has run on this whole software. So this from this code, this is also code guys, and this is also code. from this code, which are the function, which are the class got touched, which are the method got touched, which are the line got touched and referred, but where? But where? In JVM. Are you understanding my points or not? Are you understanding? All of you?
Rajesh, please go one more time, please.
See here. So these are the classes will run on this product. For what? Functional testing. But these classes will have a multiple method, multiple lines of code, right?
Right.
Correct. So from this code, you will call this code. From this code, you will call this code. So who's watching you? Who's calling what? Who's watching you?
JVM.
Because everything you are doing in a JVM, right?
Mm-hmm.
So everything which you have, you are doing in a JVM. So can we find it out? Can we find it out? Something like that. Just think simple. Think simple. The moment, see, the moment your test code, test method, test class will run against the product code, product method, product class, then what this code will do, you know, this code will inform this guy. Line has been covered, method has been covered, this class file has been covered. This file, this source code again will inform this one. And this also will inform this one. This line is covered, this method is covered, this class is covered. But guys, did you write here a code? Did you write a test cases for here? No. So this guy will not inform this guy. Correct? Getting my points?
Yes.
So this guy will see, okay, I got a response from this, this, but not this, not this. That means this testing has not run against this. Okay. So out of this is your test cases. This is your product. And this guy is called code coverage tool. Did you understand that now?
Yes.
So this guy has all information. How come? This your product itself has notified that. You have a 1000s of class file in your product. Each file will send that information saying that, okay, I have been called actually from this class and these are the lines, these are the method, these are the lines, these are the method has been covered, has been referenced by some test cases. So this guy has a complete detail. And this guy, you generate a report in HTML and this go to the release manager and manager will tell QA team boss, you are saying completed, but I did not get coverage for this code. So this code is not covered. This code is not covered from your acceptance or UT testing. That means how can you say testing has been completed? Are you getting my points? All of you.
Yes.
So guys, this is a code coverage. So just at a high level, let's understand. Let's understand. So let's say there is a 3 file 1, 2, 3. They are testing 1, 2, 3. So if you run 3 things on your product, what is the coverage you have right now? Tell me. Percentage.
60%.
60%. And this is what you want to know, sir. You want to know percentage of code which has been tested using automation testing or UT or manual testing, whatever it is. Got it?
Yep.
Everyone is clear about the concept of code coverage now? Any doubts?
Yeah.
Okay. So guys, now there is one keyword and which we have is test coverage. So what is a test coverage? Let's understand this. Let's understand. This is a feature 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the test cases 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You know, one file you may use for testing multiple file also. But right now I'm not doing it because I want to make you understand simple way. So here one file means here one test cases means one class file here product. Match this one. Okay. So here you have a 6 test cases. Now guys, this is called code coverage. And this is called test coverage. Okay. So you have total 6 test cases. So let me ask you one thing. When we run this 6 test cases against this product, you run. So what will be your test coverage? Sorry, code coverage?
100%.
No. Code coverage.
60%.
60%.
No, but I'm running against all 10, right?
But you have only one 6 only, no?
No, I thought all these 6 are covering all 10.
No. That's what I said. I'm not doing it. You can do that in reality. You can have one class file if you are testing 4 functionality. That's a different thing. But here for the representation purpose, one class.
Okay.
Mind it.
Understood. Okay.
Yeah. So here you have a 6 classes of test you run against your software. Your coverage is 60%. Now guys, if you run 4, then how much it will be there? Only 4.
40%.
40%. Now guys, let me ask you. Here your code coverage is 60%, right? Now, if you run all of these test cases against your product, your test coverage will be 100%. Did you understand what is a test coverage now? Test coverage is a process. Test coverage is a process in which you run all of your test cases and find out how much you have run it. So right now you had only 6. So you run entire test cases. So your test coverage is 100%. Sometime your manager will come and say, Rajesh, I have a very small release, patches and all. Do one thing. Just run, don't run thousands of test cases. Run important phase 1, level 1 test cases, which is the most important one, maybe 100 or 200, and give me the reports. So you run what? 100 out of 1000. So your test coverage is only 10%. Are you understanding it or not?
Got it.
Got it or not? Now let's say if you run only 3. So your test coverage, code coverage will be 30%. But you know what? Your test coverage will be 50%. Understood or not? Guys?
Yes, get
Yeah.
it.
So this is the code coverage. This is the test coverage. Now guys, test coverage and code coverage, all this thing is done by coverage tools. So which are the tools we have? I want to know. So let's know. So there's one URL I have created. So in future you can access it for any other references. I'm putting up in the notes itself. So if you want to know which are the tools which we use in Java, so code coverage, typically we use, these are the two tools we have, Jacoco and Kobuchura. Okay, now in .NET, .cover or .ncover, and in Python, coverage itself, it's a name, is a Python package, Ruby RSpec, Node Mocha, mobile this. Android Studio, they have a built-in Xcode ILLVM. Got it? So now, so many tools are there, guys. But right now I'm talking about Jacoco only. Are we clear now?
Yes.
So guys, here Jacoco is free. Jacoco is free and open source. Written in Java. It's a jar file actually. Loaded in JVM for coverage. Now guys, there is a problem here. This get loaded in a JVM here. So this loaded, let's say this is a JVM, okay? This is the JVM. In this JVM, this is a product and this is the test cases. You run here. But I told you very clearly, and this is the Jacoco jar file. This is also loaded. But I told you very clearly, right? Who will inform Jacoco saying that I've been covered by the test courses? Who will tell?
JVM.
Your product itself, your code itself. Correct? Are you getting my points? Your code only inform this guy, I've been covered. Getting my points? But the question is how he will inform. Your code is having code for the product. How they will inform? So guys, what you need to do? You need to instrument your code. Yeah. You need to instrument your code. So let's say this is one of the code and here you have all this code and you will have to instrument. You have to add one Jacoco line here. So whenever this will read that code, this will inform Jacoco. This code itself will inform Jacoco. That process is called instrumentation process. Are you getting my points?
So Rajesh, what is the difference between configuration and instrumentation?
Instrumentation means you are adding some of your code inside your product code. So whenever you run the acceptance testing, that extra code will send the data to the tool of stating that I have been covered or I have not been covered or something like that. Getting my points?
Yep.
That's called instrumentation. So basically this you can code coverage you cannot do in the production. Remember, because you cannot instrument the code in the production. It's not good practice. Correct? So you have to do offline. So this a special code which you are adding in each file, this process is called instrumentation process. This code only it will tell this guy I have been covered or I have not been covered because it's there everywhere in every class file you have it. All of your product you have this, all of your lines of all the files whatever you have it has that special code. They are reading what you are reading by acceptance testing in JVM. But guys, this instrumentation process is a two-way method. One is like offline instrumentation and a dynamic instrumentation. What is offline instrumentation? So guys, offline instrumentation, basically you have a Java code, right? And then you convert into the class file. So offline instrumentation will only instrument Java code only. And then you compile and you get a class file. This is called offline, source level. But dynamic instrumentation, what you have to do, you just don't do the Java level. At the class level only, they will have a capability to instrument it. That means in your class when you run, they will feed the data in your class file. Are you getting my points? All of you?
Not clear, Rajesh, at least for me.
Okay. Any one place where we should start?
Yeah, this dynamic thing, it's not able to understand. How does it work?
Dynamic means you have a product, right? The class file, the jar file. Okay. You run that product and this particular jar file will feed dynamically in the each some special code. They will add it automatically. Runtime, during runtime, not during the build time.
Understood.
Okay, so that's called dynamic. So now the question is offline. So offline instrumentation can be done by Kobucheda. Dynamic instrumentation done by Jacoco. So guys, this is the dynamic instrumentation. Okay. So guys, let me show you very small utility. It's not very big. You can download that separate one and coverage report. You can see that here is the coverage report format. You will get it like this. This is the coverage report of the Jacoco itself. Okay, you see that good coverage report. Branch, all this thing you have to understand. Lines, meshed lines, method, meshed method, classes, all this stuff you have. Okay, total coverage you see this one. Okay, so for the instruction for the missed branches. Okay, now you want to check these coverage reports. I want to know core. These are the jar files. Okay, inside that, these are the package runtime. These are the method. I mean, this is a all these are the class file. This is the package. I click. This is a package. This is the class file. This is the method. This is the method, and this is the method detail, which are the calling. Okay. Sorry. This is a package. This is a package. This is also package. This is a class file. This is a method. See, this is a method. Whenever you see that curly braces in Java, that's called method. And this is the line of code. See here. See. So here, which is covered, these all are covered. See here. I'm showing you directly reports, okay? And this is not covered. This is not covered. Are you getting my points? Everyone?
Yes.
So now the question is how to start. So manually also you can do that. Maven will be much easier for you. So these are the download, Jacoco download. These all are Jacoco download. Okay. And you have to process documentations. You have to go. Now I'll show you through the command Maven, but many methods are there. See, offline instrumentation, Ant ways, Maven ways, Java agent ways, command line ways, and many things are there. Okay. So command line, if you see, 3 process will be there. Look at it, very simple. Here, instrumentation. So see here, this is the Jacoco jar file. Using that, you are instrumenting the source file and destination directory. After that, you do the acceptance testing and you get the detail. What detail? So basically, guys, in the Kobuchura, you get SIR file, but in Jacoco, you get exec file, .exec. What is exec file? It's a reports about which is covered, which is not covered. And that report, you will get it from the multiple source. And if you have a multiple exec file, okay, then you can merge through this command. Exec file. If you have one exec file, that's not a problem. No merging required. And finally, that exec file, whatever you have, you want to create a report, HTML and all. So you can create HTML report. This is the one which I was showing you earlier. It was HTML report. Many other things are there like a version, exec info and stuff like that. So this is the overall information about Jacoco. Any questions, any doubts you have, please ask me.
So Rajesh, this work with manual as well as automated testing, right?
Everything, any kind of testing you can run with, but typically people do with the automated testings.
Okay.
Okay, so now guys, I'm going to show you one project which you are going to use it as it is. this project. So where is this project? So the URL of this project I'm going to share with you. You can download from there, clone it from there. All this repository is free. This is the sample repository. So now you know Maven. So this is the project, you can use it. I've downloaded this project here. Here you have some source code. Let me show you. Only two methods are there. Look at this. Bank account, debit. Okay. Only one package, com bogo to bogo. Now here we have only one test cases. See here. Bank account we are using, and calling this stuff. Okay. This is a JUnit basically. See here. Okay. So great. So one test cases. Now compile, test, package, install, deploy, all these things you understand that. So there's no doubt about it. But where to load the Java file? Sorry, Jacoco file. So in Maven dependencies there. See here, this is the pom.xml. See here. So we are loading Jacoco Maven plugin, same libraries through Maven. And this will be done during the post unit testing phase. You can do through the pre-unit test also, or post unit. During which phase? Test phase. A report will be generated in this plugin. So this is the Maven way to do that. All of you are clear with this code? All of you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Now nothing else, guys. Java is installed, Maven is installed. Run mvn. First clean it, because last time I used it, this one. I clean it, last one. Done, guys. If you analyze the log, please read the log. Lots of information are there. Most of the time, what we do, even I used to do this one stuff. First 2-3 years of my career. Always I want to see fail or pass. And if it is success, I relax, I feel relaxed. And if it is fail, then I get panic and start thinking about what to do. No, just read it. Everything you have it here. Everything. So here Jacoco agent is being called out, and you see here Jacoco exec file is created. This is the data. Okay, so here compilation is happening. Here download has happened. Here testing is happening. Test resources, test compile, test process, one test, one zero failure, and then here report is being generated. See, where is the report? See, loading execution data file. This is the exec file under the target. And after that, we got the reports. So let's check it out. Here, target. This is the exec file which Jacoco create. Using this only you can create what do you say? Report. Okay, this is the here. Using this jar file, create a report exec file, and what you want format. So you want the format HTML. So you give this parameter. Okay, so this has been done by. Where is the reports, by the way? So under the site Jacoco, this is your complete report. This is the JUnit XML file and CSV file, and HTML report is here. Same thing, but it's a small code. Look at this: one package, one class, two method, one is covered, another this one is covered, debit is covered partially, missed branches, and these other things. Done. So this report will be sent to the release manager, and they will find out what to be done, what not to be done, and where to improve the process. So basically, ultimately, you will get to know quality of testing done by your team. Did you understand that, guys?
Yes.
Please enroll our general membership for $399 plan to get access of all the parts.
Along with that, you can access our other tutorials such as Docker, Ansible, Jenkins, Terraform, Splunk, AWS, Azure, and various other DevOps related premium tutorials with our channel membership. If you would have any issues with our channel membership, you can drop an email to us at contact@devopsschool.com, or you can also unsubscribe from channel membership anytime if you don't want to continue or did not like the video. To get our channel membership, click onto the join button, select the $399 plan, and grow your skills immensely. Please be kind enough to like it, and you can comment any of your doubts and queries. We will reply to them at the earliest. Thanks for watching.